Hello, welcome back, Box1 here, and today I'll be showing off this set. This is the Blacktron Renegade, the new one from 2024 or 2025. You see the name on the box, or it focuses 2025, so pretty nice. Probably my newest set, since it is the only set I have from 2025. So yeah, it's my newest set, and I have the original figure up there. There's some mess in the background of ships and stuff, because I had to get this box out. But yeah, I'm going to be showing it off. Let's start with the figures. This set comes with 3 Blacktron 1 guys, I guess, spacemen. And they have the newer classic face with the open stud top. Strangely, this doesn't have the little holes in the side, which maybe they reverted that change. Kind of interesting to know. But anyway, do you want to know how to tell them apart from the other one? Well, one of the main ways and the easiest ways is just to look on the back. This one has back printing, which I'll show you right now, while the other one, the older one, does not. So that's the easiest way to tell them apart. Also, the condition on the older ones are usually much worse. But yeah, pretty nice. The other figure in this set, if you'd even call it a figure, is this little robot guy. He's pretty cool. He's just made up of a couple not printed, but a couple pieces. And he has little hinges so he can move slightly. And his arms can move up and down as well as his little antennae. But pretty simple little guy, and he's pretty interesting. Anyway, now that we have shown off the figures, let's move on to the actual set, which first will go into the vehicles. Going from small to big, we have these small vehicles, and they can hold one minifigure. And they're basically just little spaceships, or, yeah, I guess little spaceships. And you can put one right in there, which I'll show now. And there we go. He can't sit down, but he can stand, and it does look pretty good. But it's not very comfortable fit, but he can sit in there, so that's pretty good. Moving on to a slightly more intricate and interesting vehicle, this little truck, or like rover, I don't know what you'd exactly call it, but it's some sort of space truck. It's pretty cool. The base is made mainly out of Technic, but it has a lot of plates and stuff on top. And some printed elements, which you'll see. Also this yellow windshield, kind of interesting there. And then very nice area for you to place a minifigure. And you can see it with the minifigure in there. It looks pretty good. These are some nice big wheels. These are the 30.4 by 14 wheels. So they're pretty chonky wheels. And there are 4 of them, obviously. But pretty nice. I guess this could be like a little ladder to climb up. But there's these little tools on the back that the guys can get off. The metal detector and camera, which I guess you could also use as like a blaster or something. I know they had those little blasters back then anyway. But pretty cool. It has this little truck bed as well, which you can lay, I don't know, your robot on. Where he can sit in the back. And I think what he does is actually sit on the back and work on this control panel here. That's what he does in the instructions anyway. So, pretty cool little vehicle. Definitely a very nice one. On to the next one. On to the biggest vehicle, but not necessarily the most interesting in terms of details. It is this little capsule or ship that's kind of like a pod or escape pod type thing, or a cockpit for the crew at the very least there. And it's a pretty cool little thing. It has this massive windshield piece, which they also used on the older, or not older, it's not really old, but the 2024 remake of the Galaxy Explorer, which I also have. I may actually just review that Wednesday, 2 days. So might as well do that, actually. I'll do that then. But yeah, it's a pretty simple little pod. It does have some more printed pieces, though, kind of interesting there. It can sit 2 figures, which I'll do now. And there we go with 2 figures inside. The one figure does have to lean back a bit because of the slope of that cockpit there. But it is a pretty nice fit. Also, these wings, I just noticed that by touching them, but these wings can fly out, and it can actually look like a little spaceship like that as well. Kind of interesting. This one does have a little cannon at the front, or just a little red thing, I guess. Not necessarily a cannon, but I think that's what it's supposed to be. And it's pretty nice. It uses one of those camera pieces, and it's very nice slopes on the bottom as well. I do like that. And this is also a big printed piece, which I have a old version of it. Or at the very least, what the new piece is trying to replicate this old Blacktron piece right here. Pretty cool. I found this, where I got this at a Lego store somewhere. Or not an official Lego store, but a used Lego store, so kind of interesting. And that's it for this. Let's move on to the big thing. The big thing, as I call it, or the large spaceship, is a modular thing, which means you can actually attach every single one of these to this, which I'll show at the end. But for now, I'm going to show it on its own. So let's bring it over to the little spot here, and we'll see. This is where the spaceship attaches, and it's pretty nice. It is a very hard to, or it's not hard to build, but it takes a while to build because it has a lot of different interesting things, especially over here at the back. It has some Technic stuff, which is kind of interesting there. And it has this, which does come off if you want to put, I don't know, another space, like a pod there, or a cockpit there as well. It can come off, and it's the same as this. All these attached by clips, and then there's also some interesting stuff on the sides. First of all, let's see this. It's like this little, I don't know what you call this, but it's like a beam, I guess, kind of there. Kind of cool. And then there's some lights as well. Very nice. And this piece is actually the piece I probably like most on this. It's just a piece I've never seen before, actually. So I think it's pretty cool, that great piece there. This is where you can attach those little ships, which I'll show at the end, as I said. And over here, there's some printed pieces. Kind of interesting there. And over here, these also detach. They're like, I don't know, fuel pods or something. Whatever you want it to be, it can be. More arrows showing you how this can move, which I'll show in a second. The other side is basically a mirror image of that, which, yeah, they're exactly a mirror image of each other, so not too much interesting stuff in that way. This can move this, which is, you can see these are a little wobbly whenever you move this. It's ever so slightly, but those allow this to sit in there, which, let's see if I can actually, I don't think I'm doing it right. I'll show you at the end, because if I do it now, I'm going to mess something up. But I'll show you at the end how it looks and how that works. But on the back, we do have two engines, as well as these lights on either side. These are also the same as one another, so I'm just going to show you off this one. And it's a pretty simple build. Uses this big piece, though, kind of cool. And these can also detach. I don't know if you can see the seam there. It's right there. This little one here. Those can detach, and they have the same connection points as up front, just on the back there. Pretty cool. Anyway, I guess it would be time now, since I show you all the things separately, to put them all together. So let's do that. Here we go. I just wanted to show you how you actually put this on, because I tried putting this on the top before, which is not how you do it. So if you get the set, you put it on the bottom. And those actually have little rubber things in here. Or I guess it isn't even rubber things that I think about. I think it's just this. But there may be little rubber pieces in there. I don't exactly remember, because I built this I built this last Sunday. So my memory's not that good with these Lego builds sometimes. But it does work, and it does look pretty good, actually, when it's in there. It can be like that, and that is a very nice looking ship. Now I think you can actually drop it, or at least you can try to drop it, but it doesn't always work. I think you sometimes just have to, push it out like that, and that can be dropped down onto the surface. Pretty cool. Well, anyway, now that we have done showing off the set, let me give you my opinion. I have this little custom Blacktron thing that I have pieces for up there, and I think this set is probably the best remake we've had yet, maybe? Although I do really like that Galaxy Explorer. I may have to take that back. I think the Galaxy Explorer is slightly better, but that set's retired now, I think. But this is the best remake that of Blacktron. They had that other little remake, but definitely not as good as this. I think it's very good. Has those nice figures, nice remade figures with back printing. Has some nice pieces, nice printed pieces as well. Pretty cool. I forget how much this is. I think it may be 120, 130 something, maybe. I think 120 American or United States, USD. And it's definitely a great set for that price. You can build it with 2 people because it has 2 instructions. And it actually says that on the box. I guess that's what they're doing now. That's kind of nice. I do like that. And for the box, kind of interesting, they use that older Blacktron style, the little bar, or not bars, but little boxes back there, if you didn't remember that. Also shows some features, as I said. You can rebuild, and then obviously shows that feature, and then the modularity of this ship is pretty cool as well. Anyway, that's basically it. I do hope you enjoyed. I do like Blacktron a lot. I do hope to get some old classic Blacktron sometime because, honestly, it's one of my favorite old space themes. So, I do hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.